am Nick Pierce, and if this was a baby shower, this could be pretty messy, but it's not. This is the business of arts, music, and entertainment, and I am here for episode 9 to share with you getting a gig, or how to book my band. Now, if you're in a band, you may think that you have a great look, you got great music, and an awesome sounding recording. But where are all the fans? And that's what you need to figure out. Well, the key to making it in this business is simply to play live. And this is how you do it. There's a few routes that you can take, and one of them is the do-it-yourself approach. Network with venues, visit them. Find a venue that supports or hosts your genre of music. Network with them. See if the person in charge of booking bands is going to be there. Go visit them, but bring your information when you do. This way, you can always give it to them, and whenever possible, try to build a relationship with the venue's owner and their management. The other thing you could do is contact other artists or bands local in the area and ask them who they book their shows through and where they play. And this will give you a couple good avenues to explore to see if you can get in the same venues. Doing it yourself always works. Venues like to have one contact person for your particular band so they're not dealing with the drummer one day, the guitarist the next, and you want to make sure that you kind of establish a one-person contact. So if you don't have someone in your band that's a good people person or someone that's familiar with this route, you may want to employ the help of maybe a friend of yours that's willing to act as your manager, and that's all the better. Use every advantage that you can find when doing this on your own. Now, you want to, the main goal is to pass on your press kit and get it into the right hands. And you don't want to waste your time on venues that may not support your particular genre of music. So you want to find out some of the following things before you start to approach venues. One of which is what kind of bands or artists does the venue usually book? If you're a rap act, you don't want to target rock venues or metal venues. And if you're a metal band, you don't want to target hip-hop and rap venues. And you also want to look at what do you have to offer to this venue. And then, why should this venue book your act? And do they provide like monitors, a sound guy? Because maybe you'll have to bring that in on your own. If you don't have a sound system and you need to rent one or purchase one or hire someone to do sound for you, that's going to affect the price that you charge that venue. So if you're playing for the door, a venue that doesn't have a sound system may not be the best bet for you starting out. How many fans will come to a show at this venue is another key question that you need to ask yourself. If it's 300 miles away and your following is within your town, maybe the 20 to 100 fans that you have may not want to travel all the way out there to see you play. So what kind of a market do you have in that area? And is it even worth spending your time trying to get in there? You want to also find out what the venue pays. How much do they pay bands and how? And that's always key. And then find out who's in charge of booking the acts, their contact information, what the capacity of the venue is, and how the acoustics are in the venue. And then find out how many sets they would expect you to play. Are they a venue that has just bands in there for a half hour at a time, or are you like a big cover band that can play 3, maybe 4 one-hour sets through the course of a night? The better versed you are in the answers to these questions, the more likely you are not to sound stupid when you actually call or meet the actual person in charge of booking at that venue. Now, once you're done with that, the next step is just getting your press kit in their hands. And I discussed press kits with you in a previous episode. And the key is face-to-face. Sometimes they may be too busy. They will usually blow you off by saying something like, do you have a press kit? leave it with me, mail it to me, or email me something, your response should be, okay, yes, I can. And are you going to be there? Because I'll get it over there right away. And then you kind of lock them into meeting with you. And that's key. Face-to-face is always the best. If for some reason they are too far, like you have a great distance to travel to get it to them, that's fine. Just say, okay, I'm going to overnight it to you. I'll have it out today if it's early enough, or by tomorrow I'm going to send it out, or the next day you should receive it, and I'll follow up with you. I'll overnight it to you. Or if you have an online press kit, so you can send them a link right away to that. And then, well, what? Follow up. Contact them in a couple days, or as soon as you send them the link, just to make sure they got it. Or when you know that they've received the package that you just sent them, follow up with them that day, a day or two later. Make sure they have it. And if they have, ask them if they've had time to review it. If they say yes, then great. What do you think? Get some feedback. Do you think it'll fit where and how and whatever? Start working out logistics right there. You're more apt to get some answers that way, which is great. And then if they say no, just say, okay, do you want me to call you back in a few days? And leave it at that. If they say no, leave it alone. If you don't have a press kit to send them, though, get one put together. Go back, watch my episode on press kits, where the only thing you need is a CD, a nice case to put it in, a bio, and all the information's right there. Take a look. You're going to need one, whether it's online or a physical copy that can actually be delivered. Now, there are also people that can do this for you. They're called booking agents. And booking agents, you'll find a lot of people that come up to you at shows and say, hey, I want to help you out, blah, 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 and give you your cards and all that. However, the best way to get the attention of a booking agent, and this is the question that everybody wants to know, it's quite simple. Here's how it goes. This may sound crazy because you want a booking agent to take your band seriously, and that's key, right? Well, here's the secret. Ignore them. Wait until they approach you. Don't look for them. Let them find you. Now, think about it for a moment. In the most simplistic sense, booking agents see you and your band as a commodity that has a certain price tag associated with it. So, for example, let's just say right now your band may only be worth $100 to play a half hour on a Saturday night. Okay? When you're able to demand $1,000 a show and can sell 250 tickets, or you can sell out a 250 capacity venue room without much effort, you'll be sure to grab the attention of a booking agent, and they'll take you very seriously. So don't worry about finding a booking agent. Let booking agents find you. And when you get to that point, make sure that they take you seriously. Now, once your foot is in the door and you have an offer for a date or a show, make sure you get the details of the show, such as how much and how long your show should be. You also want to get a contract or a performance agreement from that venue. Some venues have one, some venues don't. I always like to provide my own. However, there's sample contracts for venues that I have available on my disc that you can use if a venue doesn't have one. But I'm going to walk you through what to include in a performance contract or performance agreement in a future episode, possibly even the next one, just to make sure that you know what to do to prepare for a live show. There's a couple websites to help your band get booked that I'd like to go through with you. And there are many out there. One of which is sonicbids.com, and I've spoke about this before when I spoke about press kits. And it's a website that you can post your music, your biography, and you make an online press kit or an EPK, electronic press kit. And you do pay a small fee to use that service. However, they do have a lot of opportunities available to you. So it's worth it because there's a lot of places that you could submit for a lot of festivals, film opportunities, all kinds of stuff. Sometimes we're looking for opening bands or whatever. But take a look at that website, and it may be worth subscribing to, and it's not that much a month. It costs no more than probably hosting your own website. Now, there's other avenues down there that are free that are also great, and one in particular that I want to recommend to you is called Gig Leader, and that's www.gigleader.com. It's free to join, and you'll be able to find different gigs there, and people that are looking for talent will be able to look up your band and see you up there. It's great exposure. A lot of times you may be taken more seriously, and it's free, which is great. So keep in mind, the best way to get through to a venue is just to have your ducks in a row. Make sure you target the right venue for your music. Keep in touch with them through networking and persistence. Make sure that you look professional. One person should be the one dealing with them so that the venue leader's not dealing with multiple people in the band. Keep it consistent, keep it clean, get a contract. My name is Nick Pierce, and again, my website address is www.nickpierceshow.com. If you have a question for me, please email me, thenickpierceshow@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time on the Business of Arts, Music, and Entertainment.